What's up EFD, how are you all doing? The beautiful game is up and running again in Germany, so here are our 10 reasons you should be watching the Bundesliga. 10. Young talent. The Bundesliga has developed a reputation over the years as one of the best divisions for promoting youth talent. Many of Europe's top young stars have turned to Germany, with the promise of game time and quality facilities making it the perfect place to build their careers. The average age of a starting 11 in the Bulli this season is 26. For context, that number rises to 27.3 in the Premier League and higher still in Serie A and La Liga. Interestingly, in Ligue 1 the average age is lower at 25.7 years, though in recent times French football has become a feeder for the other top divisions in Europe. And RB Leipzig have been quick to capitalise on that, regularly importing top French talent to the club. Dayot Upamecano and Ibrahima Konate are 21 and 20 respectively, yet are one of the most formidable centre-back partnerships in Germany. Led by 32-year-old managerial sensation Julian Nagelsmann, the average age of their squad is just 23.5 years, with young talent like Dani Olmo, Lucas Klostermann and French star Christopher Nkunku dominating the team. Schalke and Mainz also regularly field sides with an average age below 24, while Dortmund and Bayern continue to cultivate exceptional talents such as Achraf Hakimi and Alphonso Davies. If you want to witness the stars of the future, look no further than the Bundesliga. 9. Fan culture. It goes without saying that Germany has some of the best fan culture in world football. Most games are a colourful spectacle of tifos and noise, with coordinated songs and flags dominating proceedings. For any football tourist, top of their bucket list should be a trip to Dortmund's Westfalenstadion to witness the club's ultras in the Südkurve stand, known commonly as the Yellow Wall. In the Bundesliga 2, St. Pauli are equally famous for their displays of support, which makes attending a match to watch the fans almost as exciting as watching the game itself. They are heavily dedicated too, with most teams playing to capacity crowds. FC Koln have a fanatical and loyal fan base, regularly averaging attendances of 50,000 in the second tier. And they made headlines in 2017 when, in a Europa League tie with Arsenal, a massive 20,000 fans made the trip to North London. Considering it was their first taste of European football in 25 years, it was simply an event that couldn't be missed. As we will explore later, German football has historically prioritised the fans and tradition over economic gain. The result is a league-wide fan culture and atmosphere that is unrivaled in most of Europe. If you're not a subscriber already, hit the button down below and the notification bell so you never miss another EFD video. Trust me, you won't regret it. 8. Proper rivalries. The fan culture of the Bundesliga is best demonstrated in the epic derbies that dominate Germany. From Hamburg v St. Pauli in the Bundesliga 2, to the Rhine derby of FC Koln vs Borussia Mönchengladbach, to Die Klassiker between Bayern and Dortmund, German football knows how to host a proper grudge match. Whether it's to do with traditional communities competing against one another, or just noisy neighbouring cities, Bundesliga derbies are a high-octane affair of colour and noise. The biggest of them all is arguably the Riviera derby featuring Borussia Dortmund and Schalke. First played out in 1925, only 33 kilometres separate the two clubs, born from competing steel forgers and coal miners in the Ruhr region. Though their most recent meeting didn't show it, the yellow wall of the Westfalenstadion is normally in full voice for this fierce clash. Dortmund's 4-0 win means they now lead the series 33-30, with the clubs having played out 27 draws. Though that derby may have passed, in the calendar there is still the rejuvenated clash between Union and Hertha Berlin, as well as the proud local rivalry between Eintracht Frankfurt and Mainz to look forward to. Derbies are games like no other, so tune in if you can. 7. Merciless Division. The criticism often levelled at competitions like Ligue 1, Serie A or the Eredivisie is the disparity between the top and bottom teams. Due to historic and financial implications, it is often the same usual suspects fighting relegation. The same cannot be said, however, for the Bundesliga. The standard in the German top tier is so evenly spread that in recent years, even some of the traditional giants of the division have been forced to battle for survival. 2008-9 champions Wolfsburg only narrowly avoided the drop in 17-18 thanks to the relegation playoff, while that season saw Hamburg fall into the second tier, having been the only Bundesliga side never to be relegated. Last term saw Stuttgart fall, with Schalke struggling throughout, while this year Werder Bremen are staring down the barrel of disaster. With 9 games left to play at the time of recording, they are stuck in 17th, 5 points behind Fortuna Düsseldorf in the playoff spot. And yet Die Werderaner are second in the all-time Bundesliga table, having won the competition 4 times, and any relegation would be their first in 40 years. Ultimately, the Bully is a division where every match day is competitive, and no one is safe. It makes following the league both more tense and unpredictable, and all round more enjoyable. 6. Guaranteed goals. Football fans love goals, and no league is better at delivering them than the Bundesliga. In 2018-19, it was once again the most prolific division in Europe's top 5 leagues, averaging 3.18 goals per game. That's 0.4 more than the Premier League in second, and almost 3/4 of a goal more than Ligue 1. That might not seem like much, but across a full season, that can be a difference of over 200 goals, which is a serious amount of action. And this season, German football hasn't failed to disappoint. In the first half of the campaign, the average goals per game in the Bully crept up to a massive 3.2, with 492 goals scored prior to the winter break. This marks a rise for a 3rd year in a row. Onlookers will be pleased to hear no more than 3.3% of games end in a goalless draw, while an average of 27 shots per match once again can't be bettered by any of Europe's top 5. At the time of writing, Bayern, Dortmund and Leipzig all lead the way, with 210 goals between them, and none of them look like letting up anytime soon. Quite simply, if goalmouth action is what you are after, Germany is the place to go. 5. Close title race. A negative of the Bundesliga in recent years has been the lack of a serious title challenge at the top. Ever since Jurgen Klopp's Borussia Dortmund last claimed the title back in 2011-12, it has been successive years of Bayern domination. Up to 2019, no side could get within 10 points of Die Roten, while in 17-18, they even finished 21 clear of Schalke in second. But last season, things began to change. Dortmund went close, falling 2 points short thanks to a draw and defeat in their last 3 games. And this season it looked like Bayern really had their work cut out, trailing Leipzig and Borussia Mönchengladbach by the winter break. Hansi Flick may have restored their dominance, but the race for the Bundesliga has never looked so competitive. With just 8 games to play, the Bavarians are only 4 points clear of a rampant Dortmund and 6 and 7 points ahead of Gladbach and Leipzig respectively. What's more, they still have Die Klassiker to deal with and face 3 more matches against top 6 opposition. By the time Bayern roll into Wolfsburg for the final game of the season, there could be everything to play for. 4. Massive stadiums. For the stadium enthusiasts out there, the Bundesliga is home to some of the finest in Europe. Thanks to hosting the World Cup back in 2006, arenas across the country got a general makeover, giving the division a thoroughly modern feel. Over half of the current stadiums in the league hold a capacity of over 40,000, with only 3 teams below 30,000. As a result, the Bully boasts an average weekly attendance of over 43,000, 5,000 more than the Premier League. While most of the teams in the division sell out every week, if Hertha Berlin and Fortuna Düsseldorf could figure out how to fill their massive stadiums, that average would be even higher still. What's more, Bayern's Allianz Arena and Hertha Berlin's Olympiastadion are both architecturally beautiful, while Eintracht Frankfurt's Commerzbank Arena is a state-of-the-art facility. Upgraded over the years, it boasts the largest retractable roof in the world, capable of shielding over 51,000 people, and features an iconic cube display screen which looks like it is floating above the pitch. These great stadiums are integral to the great atmospheres that have helped define German football culture over the years. 3. British presence. The Bundesliga has emerged as an excellent alternative for British youth players looking to gain top-level experience, with the path from the academy to the first team in the Premier League historically difficult to navigate. Jadon Sancho is the classic example. The former Manchester City winger caught everyone's attention when he swapped the Etihad for the Westfalenstadion back in 2017, and so far the move has been a masterstroke. He has scored 31 times in 91 appearances for Die Borussen, while offering up a ridiculous 33 assists in the Bundesliga alone, all before his 21st birthday. Sancho has gone from an exciting young talent to one of the most desired wingers in world football, and it's impossible to think that would have happened if he stayed at City. But he is not the only player worth watching in this category. Jonjoe Kenny has been excellent on loan at Schalke under David Wagner, alongside 19-year-old Welsh prospect Rabbi Matondo, while Leipzig's Ademola Lookman and Ethan Ampadu and Augsburg's Reece Oxford make up the remaining British stars. Even the Bundesliga 2 contains a number of exciting exports, mainly at Stuttgart and St. Pauli. British presence in the Bundesliga is only growing, which can only be a good thing for the domestic game in years to come. 2. Moral code. Football purists will respect the fact that German football has always maintained values and morals in the face of commercial opportunity. The 50+1 rule, introduced in 1998, means no Bundesliga club is technically allowed to compete if private investors own more than a 49% share, giving fans and members a majority vote. This helps safeguard clubs against reckless owners and protects ticket prices, helping bolster weekly attendance. Though there are ways of getting around the rule, as seen most controversially with RB Leipzig and Hoffenheim, Germany is very proud and vocal when it comes to supporter engagement, often criticising English clubs for their high ticket prices during Champions League matches. Not only that, the clubs regularly support each other in the face of financial difficulty. Bayern Munich play yearly benefit matches against clubs in need, while during the COVID-19 lockdown, the Bundesliga's top 4 clubs pledged €20 million of support to those most affected by the league's postponement. Bayern chief executive Karl-Heinz Rummenigge said they wanted to send a signal of solidarity to all the clubs in the Bundesliga and Bundesliga 2. The result is a division that has never lost its way in the face of economic change, with fans standing strong at the heart of the sport. 1. World-class talent. Befitting of one of the top divisions in world football, the Bundesliga is flush with a number of superstars in their prime. Bayern Munich and Borussia Dortmund tend to dominate in this regard, with the former currently boasting a formidable squad. From Manuel Neuer in goal to Serge Gnabry and Joshua Kimmich out on the pitch, their recent 3-0 demolition of Chelsea at Stamford Bridge in the Champions League, as well as their 7-2 humbling of Tottenham earlier this season, show just how good they are. But the king of the Bundesliga is without doubt Robert Lewandowski. The Polish striker is having the season of his life, scoring 26 times in 24 league games. What's more astonishing is that only 4 of those are penalties. Lewandowski trails only Lazio forward Ciro Immobile for goals in Europe's top 5 leagues, but has played fewer games and holds a greater expected goals per 90 rate than the Italian, who has netted 10 times from the spot. A number of pundits are even tipping the Bayern goal machine for Ballon d'Or glory this year. Meanwhile, Dortmund have talismanic captain Marco Reus, and most teams possess a number of well-known faces. This means you are guaranteed a piece of magic in every game. So those were our 10 reasons you should be watching the Bundesliga. If you enjoyed the video, why not click on screen right now, as I'm sure it's another banger. And let us know any suggestions for future videos in the comments below. As always, don't forget to subscribe to Euro Football Daily if you haven't done so already, and we'll see you next time.